All right, time to chat. How was your guys' morning? What's up, Brian? Putting my retirement papers in, calling in Rich. There you go, Jack. Jack, do you have a good morning, dude? Green AF. Love to hear that. Love to hear that. Did you pretty much just have the same hypothesis I had, gap fill, and only had one red trade, and it was puts on this candle, but I had to. Like, invalidate most of the move. We have a perfect double bottom on NQ. Had to, but gorgeous stop loss. Went right back into getting rich afterwards. So, been watching it since yesterday. Nice. So, yeah, obviously the market's bullish. I'm out of bullish PTs though. I mean, really the best I can do is try to catch bullish consolidation. But you guys know the second hour price action, man, it's pretty freaking likely to just the consolidation's probably going to take a while. Looking at this chart, obviously I am bullish on ES to reach all-time highs. That's not a today thing, but I'm bullish for it. Very bullish for it. Pretty obvious. Um, as far as NQ goes, I mean, we have no pivots anywhere near. I have this one here, which swept, which actually called high of day, and that was the supply break on NQ, which we predicted. Um, a very minor pivot right here, but for the most part, that's it. So I got no pivots, no nearby supply and demand. Don't really have much. So today may be a slower day with the futures trading. Couldn't get the fills and had a bit going on this morning. Oh, sorry you missed out, Brian, but I'm glad it was still green. Good morning, Jason. Type of chat, what do you guys think? What do you guys think is likely to happen? Personally, for me, I think it's time to go sideways. I think it would be a very nice time to go sideways, especially like after this volume spike on this reversal candle, but watching it not reverse after and bounce after, I think we're probably going to go sideways. One moment. And groups. Looks like the reversal candle is playing out. Yeah, you can't take a reversal trade off that, but I wasn't even in voice yet, uh, so I guess we'll just see what happens. I'll fill out my journal while I'm waiting. That's fairly bullish. I mean, I can't really enter though. You can if you want. It's a bullpen and on ES, but I consider it more if it swept the low. I'm not like this second hour, guys. I'm probably not going to be trading much. I don't want to get triggered into a million things and just kept getting swept. So, unless there's something I really need to get into instead of things I just can get into, um, I'm probably not going to take it. But this is bullish. Looks like ES is breaking to the upside. It is a good amount stronger than NQ. Technically, if you're looking for a PT, really all you can do is take the width, and there you go. Or you can take fib, but there's not really good fibs. You can take a fib extension, which is a little bit better. Like this is a pretty good fib extension here. This is the best fib extension on the chart at the moment. There you go. And it just so happens to line up with pretty much supply. So, yeah, look how nice this fib extension is, guys. Did I not say it's the best one on the chart at the moment? Look at all the rejections of the 23.6 and the pullback off the 38.2. That is glorious. So, yeah, I guess the PT would be supply. ES is stronger than NQ. Um, it's kind of chopping up, which is an issue, but honestly, I'm liking ES longs if NQ comes back down and sweeps a lower low and bounces. If that happens, I'm willing to take an ES long trade. The PT would be pretty far. You can enter ES longs and just run it to supply, but again, it's too low of odds. And after we've run for the first hour statistically, uh, I keep getting my stop losses swept by choppy price action in the second hour. So Jack, Trump opening his mouth and moving the market is the greatest thing ever. Seemed like the market liked it though, because that drop was more than temporary. For such a big drop, that did not last long at all. Like, that was a crazy big drop and then right back up. Beautiful. Beautiful. I miss trading under the Trump administration. It was so good. I just remember so many times, like, and it was because I was genuinely a worse trader. I just have so many memories of me bag holding some garbage trade and then Trump tweets something and the market just crashes. Or the one time Trump got COVID and the market just crashed crazy for some reason. That bailed my ass out so hard. So good. And I don't think there was a single time that uh I guess a few days ago, I was technically in a long, and then Trump was speaking, and the market dumped, swept my stop, and came back up. But I don't remember any times that I think just by luck, it's always been helped me rather than hurt me. I don't know if any of you guys remember when Trump got COVID, but that was a huge thing. That dumped ES by I want to say like 100 points or something crazy. And obviously, the market was worth a lot less back then too. So. Yes, I'm loving ES's strength. Not really willing to enter unless NQ sweeps the lower low. That's exactly it, Ryan. Man, ES is bullish, guys. I kind of want to enter, but it's not going to just chase anything. I'm going to enter if I have to. That's pretty much that. Until then, I'll just provide my sentiment TA, which is, as of lately, more beneficial than my actual trades. Normally, I'd expect NQ to flip stronger because ES is against this pivot. I mean, against this fib, and it swept higher highs. Let me pull NQ's. Fibic, it doesn't have a very good one. Down. Yeah, this one's okay. Let me see. That's not right. There we go. Oh my gosh, like guys, I am so good at drawing extensions. Look where we topped out today. Look at that. But that's not enough to warrant a good extension because this extension is a lot bigger than the previous one. Oh my gosh, guys, I am so good at charting. Look at this. Rejection here, bounce here. Oh, to the penny. Almost. I'm still counting it. Here, here. Uh, this is pretty decent. Oh, this is amazing here. Yeah, that's a good fib. It's not great. I wouldn't say it's great because a lot of this still, maybe it is great. I don't know. It's good though. I'll roll with it. Oops. All right, so didn't dip by ES. NQ didn't make a lower low, so I'm still just gonna hang out. This is bullish on NQ though. This is bullish consolidation. This selling wick really hurts it though. If this huge shooting star with a volume spike wasn't here, I would be in longs. But because it's here, it makes it 50-50 at best. So just going to keep hanging out. And, I guess I just wait for NQ to pull back ES if it does, or I'll just watch this thing go up. I am bullish for ES to get to supply, but there's been nothing I've been able to execute yet. How long have you been doing this? Doing what, Brian, exactly? Trading in general, like 5 years. ES is closing in on supply very nicely. Is anyone in longs right now? Did anyone just take that sentiment? Yes to supply. Charting? Yeah, 5 years, Brian. Nice. Yeah, that's a good scout. I would have liked to get in roughly here, but I wasn't really in voice yet, so this is an acceptable entry. Looks like it's gonna hit though. This is now technically 8:30, so now the second hour starting. This is a potential reversal trade on NQ. Wait, never mind. It didn't sweep the high. It swept the high on M and Q. It's probably not going to drop, but if it does drop, it's a dip high. It's a big volume spike on ES again, indicating a reversal. I'm still bullish though. Looks like NQ is going to get new high of day. With these volume spikes, a reversal trade wouldn't be too bad. I'd be willing to take a gamble on it. But I need NQ to sweep high of day, and I needed to put in a pretty bearish candle. Ideally, ES gets the supply around the same time. That'd be a pretty decent reversal trade to take. Yeah, Munchies, that was not a very good trade entry, brother. That on the second chart you just posted. It looked like a chase. Warning, Daniel. All right, ES is almost to my supply price target. I think it's going to get there because I'm still bullish for NQ to get new high of day. And afterwards, I can try a reversal trade. It won't be bad. I'll just have to see how it goes about doing that. All right, there's NQ new high of day. This could potentially be a reversal trade setup here, but ES is going to need to get supply if it's going to do that. What volume profile? Just a basic stock trading view one. I just put it on the left. And this opacity is way too high. That down. There's ES to supply. Take profits if you did take that analysis. Congrats on the gains, guys. It's almost like we called it. It's not a bad place to be short, to be honest. Not about. I'm watching for a potential pretty dang risky reversal trade out of supply. But other than that, yeah. And I can take that trade because the probability is not very good, but the risk reward is. Need volume first. It depends. If I'm going for a full supply confirmation trade, then yeah, volume spike would be nice, but it's not necessarily required. But a volume spike would be very ideal. If I don't get like a nice volume spike in a reversal candle, or at minimum like a great reversal candle, I'm not going to take it. Ascending broadening wedge on ES. If it's on the 1 minute, it is not that FEMA. If you look on a different time frame, maybe I haven't looked at the other time frames, but to me, no, it does not. ES flipped weaker than NQ, which makes sense because it's in supply now. NQ might be driving to the 61.8. I love the way it reacted with the 38.2 and the 50% fibs, so. Yeah, it's a lot stronger now. That is not a proper top on ES though, so I cannot take a reversal off that. I can take a short trade if it comes all the way down. I can take a reverse short trade here for this PT. That's a trade that I can take. But you see how that top is like very flat? Well, this is a reversal candle on NQ, which makes it tempting to take on ES, but that is not a proper top on ES. I never see proper like tops that look like that actually hold for extended periods of time. But that was a volume spike in supply. So now you got the first part of supply confirmation. Technically, if the trend reverses, you're confirmed in. And that's probably the trade that I'm going to take because this is the short trade that I can take. I don't really want to enter this low though. Because it can, I mean, the trend is still clearly bullish. You know, it can easily just kind of dip and sweep me, but that's a very valid trade setup, so probably gonna take it. NQ also got a decent, NQ actually put in a decent little reversal candle there, and it got a volume spike, so. Yeah, FEMA, that's not a descending broadening wedge. You could enter shorts there. NQ's closing with a buying wick, I'm okay. Lower lows with buying wicks, no thank you. I am leaning bearish for a pullback though. For a pullback. If you want to be risky, shorts right here aren't they have a good risk reward. But again, that top really bugs me. It's not a proper top on ES. If NQ doesn't hold this green candle though, that top might hold for now. Looks like it's gonna try to put in bullish consolidation. It is on NQ. Necro, just look up volume profile on TradingView. It's this one. Visible, it's called Visible Range Volume Profile. It's just the TradingView one. It's not made by anyone. It does a job. And I just increased the amount of rows to like 100, I think it was. Swaggy, I didn't see your question. Would the green candle on Munchie Start be a good entry? 2 minutes before he got in. Yeah, that one's fine. That one's fine. That's an entry you can't take. I wasn't trading futures or anything, but that's an entry you can't take. I'm just that still happened during this first hour, so I'd be fine. But during the second hour, I'd want to wait for another oscillation. But yes, you're correct. That's a fine entry to take. That was a very explosive green candle. And notice how it gapped up. Like the opening of that green candle was above the close of that red candle. More times than not, that's a fairly bullish thing. Especially if it happens on futures, because it's pretty rare that that happens on futures, on ES at least. It might be NQ that I have to take a reversal trade on. It's kind of looking weaker now, huh, guys? Oh yeah, so that's a bearish candle. You could enter shorts there. I'm gonna wait. I want it to really confirm a drop, and then yeah, this will have to be the trade here. Roughly a 1.2 risk to reward, not bad. I'm not the biggest. It's a valid trade. It's a trade that I can take. In fact, it's a trade that I kind of have to take. I mean, did get the big volume spike, proper top. ES got the volume spike in supply and rejecting supply. It's just this top still bugs me on ES. So kind of hoping NQ just goes right back up. But if it doesn't, I mean, my entry is pretty much here. Yeah, yeah, my entry's here. It's almost at my entry. Gotta let this candle close. And ES maybe flipping weak again. I can't tell. But supply and demand, beautiful. So if you took an early entry, you're doing pretty good. It could have swept your stop right here if you put it here. Definitely swept your stop on NQ. But it's looking like I'm going to enter shorts on this candle. Still feel like there's a decent chance it sweeps me, but it's a very valid trade. If it closes without a buying wick at all, I will be in. And it's looking like that trade is going to be probably be on NQ. That's holding buying wick. I'm going to wait. If the next candle opens red, I'll take it. No. It kind of opened red, which isn't bullish. You could enter shorts right here. I'm going to wait. I'm going to let this entire candle close. I don't really think I need these fips anymore. They did their job. ES is looking a bit better for shorts. NQ looks like it wants to bounce. I don't know if it's going to be able to do that. Probably going to take ES. The risk to reward is so much better. But nope, did not close right. Looks like I'm going to have to wait an entire another candle. If this candle flips red and invalidates that green one on NQ, that is bearish consolidation. That is an instance where you could enter early if you wanted to and not wait for the candle to close, but I will not be doing that. Oh yeah, yes, that's bearish right there. That is bearish. That is grounds for an early entry. Um, Still gonna wait for the full candle. I don't care. It's not gonna make that big of a difference. NQ actually getting this buying wick is pretty surprising to me. Like that is very surprising. That was a really bearish setup. It didn't even sweep the lower low either. But right now it's looking like I'm gonna enter ES short and have a very big risk to reward trade. Yeah, it's the last 10 seconds. I did fill it, so crazy risk to award, but it's a valid trade. I'm willing to take it. Looks like it flipped weaker than NQ, and NQ's putting in bearish consolidation. But the top is still sketchy to me. That top is still very sketchy to me. So I do have doubts that it's going to get all the way down. Um, but yeah, it's whatever. Looks like NQ's kind of back to being weak. This candle was a lot bigger than ES's. Never mind, that is a very bullish candle on NQ. This trade may end early. Was pretty bearish, not anymore. That is pretty bullish. Stop loss is still very far, so that buying wick could invalidate, but that's a really nice buying wick on NQ and a nice volume spike as well. ES just has a better risk to reward. ES's stop loss is closer than NQ's and its PT is a lot further away. Depends on what, Chimkin. Depends what time of day and the context. How far did it run already? Is it at resistance? Things like that. I guess my average is a little bit higher. My average is actually right here. That's my average. Yeah, that's a very good risk to reward. Unfortunately, it looks like ES is flipping stronger than NQ. Honestly, I could move my stop loss one tick closer because there's really no shot that it doesn't get, because this high of day really bugs me still. But I'll leave it right there. Yeah, it looks like NQ is weaker, which is very bad. ES actually looks great for longs. If you're not in a trade right now, ES longs look pretty good because it's a lot stronger than NQ, and NQ is got a decent reversal setup. The problem is though, I don't know if NQ is actually going to get up. It's 50-50 right now. It's a bullish candle open on ES. I have a pretty hard time believing NQ is not going to break to the upside. And with how much stronger, unfortunately, ES is than NQ, this trade is looking pretty guaranteed to stop out. There's the NQ break to the upside. Well, this entry now, it might be only shorts that I take because that was a long trade a couple cans ago. I almost did stop out at break even. Of course you guys can, but it's pretty rare that I do that. Honestly, if NQ comes back down, I'll be back into shorts. But I'm bullish for ES New Hive Day. What is that? I'm only entering this short trade if NQ sweeps Hive Day. If it misses it, it's going to be a long trade. Any dip is bullish. Yeah, Brian, I consider doing that, but I'm pretty mechanical with my trading as of lately. I'll start trading more subjectively, realistically, probably in about a week, because trading very mechanically during the second hour usually doesn't do me very well. And my TA is plenty good enough to know how likely my trade is to stop out and then how likely it is to go beyond that. Problem is, yeah, I know with a very high likelihood ES is likely to get new high of day, but the risk reward isn't good. So if we drop here, it's going to look really good for, and it still looks good for ES longs at the moment, but the PT is just too close for me. Yeah, the PT is just too close. I need to enter somewhere down here. If I can enter somewhere down here, I'm willing to dip by it. Probably not going to happen though, because it's also got a small inverse head and shoulders. Actually, NQ looks good for Hive Day too, which means if you're in ES longs, you holding them to NQ new Hive Day isn't a bad idea. It's like NQ's going for it, and ES is not very strong anymore at this supply. Looks like they're probably both going to crack Hive Day around the same time. It's a phenomenal dip buy. I wish the risk to reward can be good enough because NQ swept high of day ES. It's a double top at high of day. We can't have that. I cannot get in unless it gets down to here though. So probably not going to drop that far. If it does, I'm willing to just dip by it right when it gets to this level. Not even waiting for a bounce. And then it would still be a great risk to reward because it would be 1 to 8. And then if it does, against the odds, manage to continue down, when it comes back up, I just make that money back that I lost pretty easily. But I need it to drop more, a lot more. And it doesn't look like it's going to do that. But if you guys are into scalping, that high day needs to break. That's got to go. That looks like it's going to break now. Supply's really working on this. NQ's kind of a rising wedge. It's very not good though. Like I can see what's trying to do. This is the kind of rising wedge that its break is like a very temporary. Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's a rising wedge, but it's got the double fake prophecy, so. Yeah, it's not, this isn't a very big deal. Oh, ES is way weaker than NQ. I might just be stuck taking freaking short trades because there's new high of day on ES just as predicted. I don't really have anything else. No, I might have to hang out on my phone for a while. Can't get triggered into any trades when it's heading straight up, especially when it's in supply. It's a big volume spike on NQ. I mean, you can take a reversal trade at any point. I'd rather not just get triggered into a bunch of reversal trades though. That's like not a good way to trade. The trend line's perfect, but I don't expect it to stay that way. Gonna hang out on my phone until there's something that I can take. There's not really anything I can take at the moment. I mean, this is kind of setting up for another reversal trade. I just don't want to keep taking reversal trades. So even if it's being weaker, I mean, if it drops to here, I could take a huge reversal trade. But this would be a trade that I very aggressively move up my stop on. So I'd take it roughly here. That is a reversal candle. I could enter on this candle, and I may actually do it. Just because if I'm gonna go against the trend, I at least want my risk to reward really good. Like I want a very, very, very tight stop loss. Um, that way, one win pretty much makes it all back. But it looks like I'm liking NQ's drop right now a lot more. NES did sweep that high in supply. NQ did put in a proper topping candle after a big volume spike. Yeah, I think I'm probably just gonna hop in here. See how the candle closes. This candle's kind of opening green. Um, yeah, this looks like it's gonna get a new high of day again. This candle goes away on NQ, I'll take it. It looks like that reversal setup is being invalidated. No, it looks like it's gonna keep going. That's why I don't want to just take reversal trades, because it's just gonna keep getting invalidated. Yeah, if we just keep going up with no bullish consolidation, guys, I'm not gonna be able to trade this. It's good price action, but not for the way I trade futures, unfortunately. So I'm gonna go back to hanging on my phone and wait for something that I can trade. That reversal set was looking good there for a second, but this candle opened green and invalidated that, so that was a nice. Avoided that one. Looks like my Wi-Fi just started having issues there. It's like you can try to time the top of it, but it's pretty likely to only be just consolidation. But we are pretty up high in supply. We did just hit the second zone. So a reversal here, I do not think it's unlikely at all. That's not a bad reversal trade to take on ES. That's not bad. I kind of like it. Yeah, but it's putting in a buying wick right now. If that buying wick goes away, I can take a small gamble on it. Wouldn't look bad. But nothing's very high probability right now. Another green candle open on NQ, but I do like the volume on ES there. I think there's a decent chance that that may be at least a temporary high. Thing is, you're better off just buying the dips with this price action. You're gonna make a lot more money. That is true, Kazumu. That'd be nice if Trump dumped the market. He looks like it wants to go down, but ES looks the exact opposite. ES wants new high of day again. ES looks very bullish. And NQ no longer looks like it wants down. That's a bullish candlestick. Spine wicks are pretty dang bullish on NQ. Um, we could get a stop loss rate out of them, but right now it's kind of looking more like we're going to put in bullish consolidation. NQ is a lot weaker than ES, so nice if ES swept this high and then came down. I think we'd at least see this low on NQ, and then, once it puts it in a range, then I can actually start trading. But there's been no range so far. NQ looks so good to go down. Um, in reality, though, I think at the most ES is going to sweep this high, then go to high day again. Because this is not a proper top, really at all. See, this is a minor pivot on NQ as well. That it missed, it just made a higher low. Oh, it just broke it. Q's got a lot of potential to drop. It's a lot weaker than ES, but ES just looks bullish. ES looks like that's not going to happen. Is he just going to let it drop or what? There's the ES new high of day. And that's bullish on NQ, but it's because it got the lower lows with the buying wick. I don't know if it wants high of day though. NQ is looking like it wants to drop. This isn't the really bullish consolidation here. So I like the potential on an NQ drop right now. And actually shorts even on this bounce look like they actually have decent odds. Or NQ might just go to high of day. I mean, it did sweep this level. It's looking like a high day is starting to look a little bit likely. I can take longs if it does this. If it does that, I can take longs. Otherwise, still on the sidelines. Gonna hang out on my phone until I can get triggered into something. That is bullish consolidation on the NASDAQ, but here's my issue. You can enter, it is a proper descending broadening wedge, but the thing is, it's way weaker than ES. So, like, okay, you can enter ES instead, but it's really up high in supply and it's overbought. Um, so I'm not feeling any desire to enter longs, even though, it is bullish consolidation. It could go further, but uh, I just don't really think the odds are there. Now, if they both had bull flags, then yeah. But with ES so overbought, I think there's way too high of a chance NQ breaks to the downside from this consolidation that it's not worth me entering. But that is bullish here. It is a nice little descending broadening wedge, and it did sweep a lower low right here, so it does not look bad. Just with how overbought ES is in supply, don't like it. I honestly think shorting this bullish consolidation has better odds because of strength and weakness analysis combined with the supply on ES. Just a general context. But that's not really something I'm willing to do. So I'm gonna sit on the sidelines. We do have new strength divergence. NQ is now stronger than ES, which makes this consolidation look a lot better. But, you know, I'm still just going to sit on the sidelines. If NQ got one more oscillation, I totally would. This is kind of the entry here, but I'm just not really feeling it. I don't really want to enter anything with not great odds. And the short trade I took, it was valid. It was a good short, but that didn't have the greatest odds. It had acceptable odds, but not like great odds. So I want to purposely be picky while we finish out this second hour because I think there's just too high of a chance we just continue chopping. So I'm going to stay out of it for now. You could go for a reversal trade here if you really wanted to on ES, but again, just the trend is very strong. NQ's possible bullish consolidation. If you believe in the supply and you think it's going to reverse, that is enough supply confirmation for you to technically get in. Um, but I'm just gonna sit it for now. If NQ retraces this entire red candle, I can very much so hop into calls. I said I'll enter if there's one more oscillation that I'm gonna do, so that's what I'm watching for right now. Right. All right, I'm thinking NQ is gonna make a lower low at least. So it's nice, very textbook bullish consolidation here, and it is stronger than ES. Again, you could take shorts out of supply, but here's the thing with that. Like I could get confirmed in like roughly here. I don't really have any good PTs. The good ones are too far away. So I would just have to take basically a risk to reward trade. 1.5, not bad. But the thing is though, if I take this trade, I'm ineligible to take longs if I stop out because now I'm going to be way too close to high day to take that. I would much rather leave myself available to take longs than risk those screen trades on shorts. So did NQ just make the lower low? Yes, it did. There we go. All right, now if we come back up, I'm good. Otherwise, it's starting to be bearish. Unless it goes all the way back up right now, that bull flag pretty much looks invalidated to me. And now I am watching for a head and shoulder. So tough decision again. Do you enter before the right shoulder starts, hoping it doesn't start? Or do you wait, hoping the right shoulder starts and hoping that you don't miss out on the drop. So we will see. It's pretty bullish buying wick on NQ. Every single time it's put in that candle with that size of a buying wick today, it did end up resulting in it going up. I don't know the chances of it doing that again are, but same thing on ES. Here, here, and here. So expecting it to go up now. As for longs, really the trade's going to be looking like I'm going to enter here-ish. This is roughly going to be my stop loss. And then as for PTs, I don't really have much for price targets. You could go ES new high of day, but that's really far away. It looks like this buying wick is not going to hold. If it does hold, though, that is bullish. Like the amount of shorts that are stepping in early into this potential bounce, indication of a short squeeze if we invalidate the red candles it's putting in. But really, I'm thinking about just taking the width of the flag because we're already really high. And that's probably just going to be my PT right there. Something like that. Or I could go for fib extensions as well. I don't really want to do that, though. I don't really see a major double bottom at the moment, Lisa. The only minor one I see is right here, but it is more than minor. If it comes up, this is a trade that I have to get into. Please don't tell me this is a perfect trend line. Oh, no, it is. All right, that's got to break. That's got to break. That perfect trend line's got to go. I didn't even see that. Yep, that's go. So the chance I enter longs are dropping. Because this trend line has to go. And by the time it breaks the trend line, now I'm kind of thinking that may be the high for now. But we also did get a volume spike on this green candle, which indicates reversal. But I'm still going to have to enter longs if we come all the way back up. But that trend line is such a big issue. Is that trend line enough to keep me out of the long trade? I don't really think so. It could be, but I'm hoping it breaks before I get in. Yeah, that trend line makes me want to just play longs to high of day, then go short after high of day. It would be really cool if I get triggered in a longs, that trade plays out, and then I'm able to go short for the trend line break. That'd be very nice. And the third hour is about to start, so I might be able to get triggered into some things here soon. Looks like NQ's back to being weaker than ES. It's with a new journey at, I have no idea. He's not done trading, Swaggy. All right, trend line broke. Bull flag is looking out of the realm of possibilities now. Congrats if you took this reversal trade here on in supply. So now I'm able to get into shorts. I would much rather wait for bearish consolidation, but I think there's a decent chance we head all the way back down to my blue lines here on this chart. So my goal is to try to get into a trade, but get into a very likely trade. I don't just want to hop in and kind of hope it works out. So a bounce here, that would be pretty cool for Head and Shoulders. And we are getting a lot of volume on this candle. That is a huge red flag for bears. Huge bounce indication there. Massive bounce indication. And in fact, a long reversal trade like on NQ isn't even bad after that volume spike and that candle. That's not something that I'm taking at the moment, though. Only because I don't expect it to bounce very far. If it were within the bull flag, still I would. It's really up to you if you want to take that reversal trade to the upside. So far, it is playing out. Hoping it bounces higher. If it goes down right now, it's still not going to be great odds. It's not going to be a proper Head and Shoulders. It's more just going to be chopping downwards. In fact, if it goes down right now, I'm not entering it. Remember that yesterday? This is pretty much the same setup. So if it goes down right now, I'm not entering. I'll miss out. Too likely to bounce. So I'm going to hang out my phone until there's something I can get triggered into. If you really want, you could enter shorts right here if it validates most of the buying wick, but it is just way... I entered this same trade yesterday. Luckily, it worked out, but even right away, it bounced near my stop loss. This exact setup right here, this setup, by far less than a 50% chance of it actually continuing down. And look, it's already starting off with a buying wick if you entered right here, because that was within the last 10 seconds. Realistically, I'm looking for it to bounce roughly up here. If I'm still willing to enter it if it does something like this, because it's still kind of bearish consolidation, but otherwise, if it drops, we have to miss out. Slow day today. One trade and that's it. And over the course of an entire hour and some change, hour and 15 minutes. There's NQ making the lower low. Imagine this is, I finally sit out on that setup after it stopping me out countless times this month, and this is the time that it finally goes. That'd be hilarious. Oh my gosh, that is such a reversal setup right there. That is a major reversal setup with major volume there on NQ. Yep, that looks just absolutely dandy. More than dandy, even. This candle flip screen, I'm going to enter for a small reversal trade. That's worth giving a chance. The lower lows with the buying wicks plus that huge volume spike, giving it a chance. Yep, I entered. I'm giving it a chance. It's very good, like very tight stop. You know, if I stop out, it's going to be very small loss, but Typically, reversals have low odds. This one actually has very high odds in my experience. So I'm kind of just thinking once it gets to the 1-to-1 restored, I'm going to move my stop to break even. And I don't know. It could go all the way back up. The thing is, though, with the head and shoulders, I might just go for a small trade. Yeah, no, I don't want to take this reversal all the way up. With the head and shoulders there, I'll make this my PT. If it gets there, it gets there. If not, it will. But very, very close PT on this. Just a small win if I win it. Ew, NQ flipped weak. Don't want to see that. Oof, it flipped very weak. Move my stop loss up a little bit. NQ flipped very weak. I got scammed. If somehow this red candle does invalidate, though, it's probably going to bounce way further than my PT. I wish I was not an NQ, though. ES looks a lot better. Maybe not. If NQ holds this buying wicket, it actually looks about the same. That's short squeeze potential, folks. That is short squeeze potential. This could go all the way to high a day, but I'm not doing that. I don't think it's likely. I think I'm still rooting for the head and shoulders to play out. Here's the neckline to that. Yeah, it's still trying to put in selling wicks. I think the head and shoulders is going to play out. Very tempted to sell here for a small win. NQ's still a lot weaker than ES. Not going to do it, but you can if you want. These selling wicks are ugly. Like, this is bearish here. Very bearish. With how much weaker NQ is than ES, it's not looking too hot. But the thing that's keeping me in is this left shoulder at least got the supply, and this collar is higher than the left collar. There's too good of a chance that ES gets a supply, but this is looking like a short setup, guys. This is looking like a short setup. I tried selling it at break even. I didn't fill. This is a short setup. My stop loss is even further up now. I'm just gonna let it do its thing. I don't really care. The loss will be so minuscule. Yeah, I wish it filled me at break even. I really wish it did, but that's all right. But I am now in shorts because that's at shoulders. Didn't quite get to where I wanted it to go. I have to be in shorts. Like, I kind of have to. As for PTs though, thinking this is just kind of my PT here. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good PT. That is a very bullish candle. Are you serious? We're putting in yet another buying wick? Never mind. That might be that might not be the right shoulder. That we might go all the way back up, make a higher high, and then come back down. That is a very bullish candle. Yeah, it looks like it's still going to put in a right shoulder. It looks like it's going to make a higher high now. Which looks like I may stop out of this short trade. Yeah, this is bullish again. I don't know. This looks like it can squeeze pretty far, but it's still a head and shoulder setup. I'm thinking it's just gonna make a higher high then turn around again. And and NQ is now a lot stronger than ES. Maybe not. Maybe it's still gonna drop. Looks like my short trade may be saved here. Is NQ still stronger? Hang on, I'll actually chart this out. Yeah, I don't really know, guys. Price action is pretty shitty. This was roughly my fill on shorts. My stop loss right here. Was pretty sure I was going to stop out. This is my PT here. That's what I'm looking for. It might go further than that. I think it's going to bounce when it hits that level. It looks like we may have just had a first red to green trade in a while. Knock on wood. ES is still trying to put in a buying wick, though. Did ES already sweep that low? Oh, shit, it did. Never mind. It might not hit PT. It's like it wants to. It's a lot. It is a lot weaker than It is a lot weaker than ES. Honestly, I'm starting to think NQ is going to get to this blue line all the way down here. It is a lot weaker than ES, but we'll see. ES, this is a reversal setup back to the upside. And NQ doesn't look that weak anymore on this candle. It actually looks like it may have just swept a lot of buy side. Might stop up to here, by the way. Very small stop losses I'm working with. Looks pretty good on NQ. If this candle closes like with that solid body with no buying wick, that looks very good. In fact, I may just trail this trade. Nah, not gonna do that. It's trying to bounce way too much. Just honestly gonna keep my PT. Actually, that's a tough decision. You could trail it. I mean, NQ's a lot weaker than ES, and if ES goes for a lower low, I'm thinking NQ can get to my second blue lines. Um, there's PT hit. I decided to trail it. And right now it's actually I'm actually about to sell. Did ES make a lower low? I sold it all here. It looks like it may go for the next blue line. Yeah, I might have sold a little early. I sold like roughly here. Um, I want to re-enter on a bounce though if it bounces. A little bit more subjective trading there. I fill at. Oh my gosh, that is okay. This is looking good for another short entry. Except I want it to bounce pretty far. That is a very nice reversal candle and a buying wick. We just sniped that. Oh my gosh. That was really good. Leaning bearish for this bounce. Not really able to enter. You can enter shorts on the bounce. I wanted a higher bounce, so I think I'm just gonna sit it out, unless it gets a bit higher. I do like shorts to the blue line on NQ though. I do like this blue line on the Nasdaq. This was a very nice trend line break. Great supply and demand too. Very nice supply and demand. Trade actually flipped me green on the day just barely, so one more green trade and I'll be happy. ES looking weaker than NQ. I'm not really thinking ES is going to get to the blue lines. It is a lot weaker than NQ, so it's possible, but I'm still waiting on NQ to bounce large. These buying wicks to me are pretty bullish. Just temporarily bullish, though. I don't really see it producing a bounce much higher than up here. Man, ES shorts are starting to look good, guys. I wanted it to bounce, so I don't really want to enter while it's chopping down, but NQ's bouncing, so I can enter. NQ looks like it wants to bounce more, but it's not really getting a lot of oomph behind it. I like ES shorts a lot. I like them a lot. There's NQ bouncing a little bit more. I'm looking to enter ES short here on this candle, depending on how it closes. This is ideally where I wanted NQ to bounce to, this high here. I'm even fine entering ES shorts on this. I may enter ES shorts on this candle. I mean, it's a bear pennant. It's a lot weaker than NQ. The risk of it is it's on a pivot. That's why I want NQ to go a bit higher. But oh yes, looks so good. It's a nice bullish open on the Nasdaq. NQ just swept this high. Did it, or is that a perfect double top? It did get it. All right, sweet. This might be flipping a little bit stronger than NQ. This looks like an okay NQ short entry here. I like that selling wick a lot. And I guess it was indeed a good NQ short entry. I filled shorts early into this candle. Still on ES though. Um, I like it. You could go NQ as well. It's hard for me to not go ES when NQ bounced that hard and ES didn't budge. I feel like there's a lot less risk in ES. Now I wanted to enter on that last candle. I did call out that it was a good entry. I ended up just filling this, actually breaking my 10-second rule on purpose and filling right when it invalidated this green candle on ES. So this is the PT here. I guess we'll see what happens. Great decision on ES. Loving the weakness at the moment. It's a good trade, guys. It's a really good trade. I really hope it does go to PT. I think it could honestly just blow right through PT and go to demand because NQ blue line is my PT for NQ. Um, it's just I don't know if NQ is going to go for another oscillation, which could screw me because then ES would be getting lower lows. ES may squeeze back to the upside because it never really put in that right shoulder. But this was a solid entry. This was a good trade, regardless of what happens. This was a good one. My Wi-Fi just took a crap right as that reversal candle played out. I think I jinxed it because that is the reversal candle that I was concerned about. Still a great trade, but NQ did end up going for another oscillation. That reversal candle got put in, my internet crashed, and then I come back and it put in a massive green candle. So looks good for a bounce. I don't know how high it's gonna go, but it looks like it can go pretty high. It's still a lot weaker than NQ, but that's not bearish consolidation oscillations. That's just kind of bullish chopping up. Like that's too steep to be bearish on NQ. It could be bearish, but it's not bearish unless it invalidates this entire upside, and uh, I don't think the chances of that are very good on NQ. If it gets to here, I'll be back to being bearish on NQ, but right now it just seems like bulls are overwhelmingly stronger than bears, especially with ES making lower lows too, and it's weaker. It's not looking very good anymore. NQ has unfortunately flipped a lot weaker than ES. That's bearish on the NASDAQ. I said I would flip bearish if that pretty much that entire second leg invalidated, and it is doing that. Let's see if it stays that way though. Yes, isn't really looking much very bearish anymore. Just hanging out on my phone for now till it gets closer to one of my PTs. It's back to being very 50-50. I don't know. It can go either way. This is technically a bear pennant on ES, but not a very bearish one. It's actually a rather bullish bear pennant. But on NQ, it's kind of a, yeah, it's kind of an ascending broadening wedge. Just how much it dropped in the beginning with that huge buying weight kind of negates the bearishness of these consolidatory setups. So just going to hang out and wait and see which way this breaks. It's very 50-50 now. It looks like NQ still kind of wants to make a higher high. I can't tell for sure yet because it is a potential like small little head and shoulders that you guys can see in NQ. I don't know which way this actually wants to go. It's the volume analysis is looking more bullish than bearish, or during this at least. This over here was bullish, and now we have decreasing red volume. But if green volume continues decreasing, then it'll start flipping bearish. But for now, it's leaning a little bit more bullish. Gotta keep hanging on my phone and waiting. It kind of looks like it wants to stop me out. If that's the case, it looks like I'm gonna end today red by one trade. I don't really know if there's anything else I could have done. I mean, I could have. I already gave it one shot. The shorts here were a good trade. I already gave the supply one shot. Could have gave it another shot, called it out. That could have had the day green, but it was looking like today was either going to be red or green by one trade. I didn't really have any patterns or anything. It was fairly easy price action analyze, but not really price action I could get triggered into. It just kind of couldn't trade this because I just showed up to voice when that happened. This was just kind of chopping up, and then this is just kind of chopping down with a lot of lower lows. Not really much I can do. These buying wicks on NQ look like it wants to squeeze to the upside. I'm surprised it's still putting in buying wicks. Like pretty much every single candle has a buying wick. But I do think there is, with how much buying there is right here, I do think we're like one solid red candle away from stop loss rating and just dumping right back down. But every candle's getting a buying wick. I mean, we might, I don't know, it's hard to say. It looks like it's probably just going to squeeze to the upside. What it looks like at the moment, unless we can break, because it's tried on 3 different candles to break into this wick here. If we can break into this buying wick and stay within this area, I think it's going to stop loss raid. But if we keep bouncing out right when we test it, shorts are going to get squeezed. Wish I could just trade futures during the second hour. I mean, sorry, the first hour. First hour's been so freaking good this week. Today was such a good day for first hour of trading. I'll be right back. Give me a couple minutes. I am back. That's a pleasant surprise. You know, the sucky thing is, though, NQ flipped weaker than ES, so I'm concerned that NQ is going to hit my blue line before ES does. What did I say, though? I said we are just one decent red candle away from stop loss rating. Because, like, there's so much buying wicks. There's so many buyers in. Just one solid candle, just stop loss rate. But now NQ's made a lower low, so we need to hold this. We cannot put in a big buying wick here. I'm going to lose all my progress. It's a pretty big buying wick on NQ and ES with a pretty big volume spike. I think there's a pretty good chance that it doesn't hold it, though. Q just made lower lows again with another buying wick. This is where it starts getting real sketchy. You can move your stop loss to break even if you want. And I'm just gonna leave it. I don't care. Good trade though. Very good trade. I mean, it started off really good. It didn't go very high. Held the bearish consolidation. It's a bullish reversal on NQ. Those lower lows with buying wicks are pretty bullish. And NQ did not get to my blue line. Hate to see it. Folks, that might be it. Damn, that might be it. If NQ gets back to my 20 SMA, it's gonna be squeeze time. I was hoping this was a perfect double bottom, but it's not. ES is still weak, so there's a chance, but this is a bullish setup, guys. This is a very bullish setup on NQ and ES at the moment. Like, this is very bullish. I feel like this shit just keeps happening during these live streams. Just keeps happening. We'll see how this candle closes and how the next candle opens, but this is bullish. We have a clear as day falling wedge on NQ. And the overall trend is already up, so I think there's a good chance it plays out. NQ is so bullish. ES isn't really moving with it though, but it is so freaking bullish. Oh my gosh. I hate when this happens. It's so stressful. Here's the clear as day falling wedge. Holy shit, I just got bailed out. Did Trump just talk? Well, that works. And now it's back to being a long trade, but I'll take it. Order filled. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe I just got bailed out like that. Oh, it was looking so bullish, guys. It's so scary. I hate when that shit happens. Oh my gosh. Well, green on the day. I don't really think there's much. If I'm trading options, it's a bit different. I can enter half size during consolidation. I'm a lot more aggressive with my options trading. I'll enter half size, average down if it drops, and then trim at high a day, move my stop loss up, and just kind of trail it with runners. I still sell the bulk of my positions at like 20 to 30%, but I'm able to catch a lot more of the move with just runners, just being in. Uh, futures I just don't trade half size and add to my trades. If I did, I feel like it would be a lot better. Um, that's something I may look into, but I kind of don't. I like being as mechanical as possible. I really just got bailed out like that though. That was, and look, now it's bullish. I don't want to trade again. I don't want to lose again, but that is bullish, guys. Oh my gosh, that's a long trade. He's about to. Is that why? Is Trump about to talk? Did Trump just bail me out again? When's Trump talking? That's a nice falling wedge, guys. It's a nice falling wedge. I'm done trading though. DC briefing on plane crash. That's so sad. Yeah, but that's hard to believe though. That is so hard to believe. Like the plane crash. The only reason why it's believable that it was like a terrible accident and just a crazy coincidence is because there was no one extremely valuable on the plane or helicopter to my knowledge. Um, just like an ice skating team and some other people on the airplane. And then the Black Hawk helicopters used for VIP transport, but no one was in there. But like, I don't know. The odds of that happening are just like so none, like so zero. It's very hard to believe. But I believe it because again, now if like someone like a vice president were on board, I would totally think something happened. But yeah, that's just all of that's just crazy. Let me document what happened to that trade real quick. Yeah, and here's the thing that I absolutely love about Trump. When anyone else talks, it's like you know what they're talking about, right? When Biden talks, the market doesn't give a shit about that guy, right? But here's the thing: Trump is just such a good yapper. Like his rallies, he just talks with no teleprompter for 3 hours straight, just 2 to 3 hours straight, just talks about anything and everything. So Lisa, it's interesting that you said Trump's about to talk because, and it's just a DC briefing about a plane crash. How would that move the market? Well, knowing Trump, somehow, some way, he's going to start rambling and talk about something that can totally move the market, like tariffs or backing out of NATO or something crazy. Like everyone knows, it doesn't matter what the topic of the meeting is, most of his meeting will be about something completely different. And I feel like that's why whenever Trump is going to talk or talking, no matter what it's about, it moves the market. I really just got bailed out. That's bull. I mean, that's a falling wedge, guys. That's pretty bullish. I'm not in anymore though. Yeah, I'm green today. I'm happy. Could have been more green though. I mean, the only trade that I really sat out on. I mean, I kind of sat out on this, but that one was very easy for me to sit out on. Options, not so much. But the trade I sat out on was this reversal trade here on ES. But I just don't want to keep taking reversal trades. I don't want to keep losing and losing and losing to hopefully make one trade that makes it all back. So we actually have quite a few pilots in this Discord. Um, Dev, who's our other pilots? There's Nate, not Nade. Nate is a pilot. I think we have like two others. Max, there you go. Max is a pilot too. Where's Max bad? I need to. I haven't talked to him in a while. a few people that we haven't talked to in a while. Until hour. I don't know. I don't know, but that was weird. That was weird. I got bailed out. I thought for sure I was going to get absolutely scammed on that trade. But that's bullish. You guys can take longs, or you guys could have taken longs there, especially when this green candle got put in, because this is a bullish piercing line candle right here. That's a good bet. I feel like price actions now, just now, is going to start getting very tradable because once we put in a range, I'm very good at trading and executing. Like this is an easy long here. But if I didn't just win, I wouldn't have entered. Or I would have entered. Hang on, I just got to document a lot of stuff real quick. All right, I'm done documenting that stuff. Thank you as a triple top. I see a double top right here. Is it perfect? Man, too bad I'm not trading all my 20 futures accounts this month, even though I keep getting, like, the second hour is still shitty. Yeah, perfect double top on NQ, 914.75. That's got to go. You could enter for a scalp when most of this red candle invalidates. Um, Man, if I were trading all 20 of my accounts, I would be doing great. How much would I be up? It's actually taking a dump again, so I'll wait for it to stop taking a dump, then I'll end it. Stop taking a dump, then I'll end it. But all right, with that being said, does anyone have any questions whatsoever? I'm just now looking at the YouTube chat. Trump expected to issue tariffs against Canada and Mexico. Yep. And the market, it's like a inflation thing. The market reacted bearishly to the tariffs, but it's bullish for the US market. It really is. I heard Trump talking about he called Trudeau and asked Trudeau, "Hey, why does the US subsidize Canada $250 billion?" And Trudeau said, "I don't know." And Trump said, neither am I, or neither do I. We're gonna stop it." So he's like getting rid of a lot of things that I mean, I think it's bullish to the market. It just depends on the extent. But if it's mild and it's not gonna impact, how much things are getting actually sold to the US, I mean, I think they're bullish for the market. I still think the market's gonna crash this year. Not that it's gonna be Trump's fault, but I think he's not gonna be able to save it. I am such a perma bear. but I don't trade like it. So, but all right, it doesn't look like. What's your take profit if you take a long just high of day? No, I would not go for live. If I were trying to go long, I mean, this is my first PT here, but that's a little too close. I'd probably look for something up here ish. I mean, if you just take the width of that wedge, you know, I would go for something around 930 ish. But now it's tough. Now the market's kind of moving kind of crazy. I don't know. The market looks bullish to me, but if Trump's gonna talk soon, I don't. I don't know. The chart looks bullish. I don't know if that's gonna change when he talks. Been waiting for the market crash. Yeah, that's the thing. People go broke trying to time it. Just time in the market, not timing the market. And I totally think it's gonna crash, but I do not trade like it. Um, it's just one of those things I kind of keep in the back of my head. So if it does start dropping, like for me, it's like, okay, it's going to not affect the way I trade or swing whatsoever, which is good. Because if it did, I would be broke. But if the market does start dumping, I'm not going to be quick to dip buy. Right? Now, people that dip bought the DeepSeek like miniature crash, the thing that happened on Sunday night, they did very well. But for me, if I start seeing, like, I'm talking a big drop, like I'm talking like a 10% market drop, not like a small 4% on NQ, like a 10%, I'm not going to be quick to dip buy it because I'm pretty bearish overall. That is indeed bullish. Looks like ES flipped stronger than NQ. Man, what a good PT, what a good sell. Got so lucky there. So lucky, guys. Like, beyond lucky. It's about time I started getting lucky. And NQ just broke that perfect double top, too. With ES's strength, I could see ES potentially running all the way back to new high of day. NQ, I'm thinking 930 is a stretch. But, all right, guys. Well, I will see you guys later. Good luck if you continue trading. Congrats on the green if you are green. And we're going to do our trade review today. And then we got a quiz and we got trade sim. We got all those things happening. So I will see you guys then. Good luck if you continue trading. Reach out to me if you need anything. My DMs are full. I'm going to answer those today. I think I owe a few people money as well from the giveaways. So I'll take care of that. But all right, I'll see you guys later.